Here's the 7 national news making headlines. Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi receives US Defense Secretary. UAE ranked 13th largest exporter in the world for 2010. And Wall Street dominated by oil swing. General His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the UAE Armed Forces, received the US Defense Secretary Robert Gates. The meeting took place at the Al Mina Palace as part of the US Defense Secretary's regional tour. The two discussed ways to further enhance friendship ties between the UAE and US, as well as regional and international developments. The meeting was also attended by Muhammad Mubarak Al Mazroui, the Under Secretary of the Abu Dhabi Crown Prince's Court, as well as Yusuf bin Mana Al Ktabi, the UAE ambassador to the US. In an effort to arm the young generation with more knowledge to combat the challenges affecting our planet and our way of life, education on the environment has become a norm for many educational institutions. However, Masdar Institute officials say they are taking it a step further. This morning, Masdar opened its doors to the public to welcome students and their families, while showcasing their programs as well as various initiatives found across the campus that make the environment better. Khadija Salih has more.
A trip to Masdar Institute on open day was a preview to a future with zero carbon emissions. It began with the PRT, or Personal Rapid Transport, which are driverless cars that took passengers to several destinations around the campus, where everyone, including families and young children, got an opportunity to experience what a green and sustainable world will be like.
One of the best indicators for sustainability for the building is the fact that all of the power that we use for the building is sustainable. The solar panels and the PV panels on the roof supply around about 30 to 35% of our power requirements. The rest of it is supplied by the 10 megawatt solar farm just over the back of the building.
Buildings at the campus are highly insulated with solar panels that provide energy as well as protection from the heat. Reflective finishing on the outside walls and domed roofs with zinc cladding are just some of the green features installed and used. In addition to these is a 45-meter tall wind tower.
It's basically an adaptation of traditional Arabic architecture, and it allows us to bring cool air into the podium and reject hot air out in the evening. It's basically following the concept of physics. Cold air falls, hot air rises.
Officials added that with all these, the Green Campus offers a healthy environment for studying as well as a rich learning ground for engineering students of every discipline.
We're a research-focused institution, so the courses of the students they spend 50% of their time doing classwork, and then the other 50% is actually research. And given that we're in Masdar City, which is the first city in the world that will be a sustainable city, they are also able to do their research hands-on. So they actually get to test the research they're doing and produce something that will be useful to not only the UAE but the world at large.
Despite the relatively hot morning, many graduate-level students were present and toured the facility.
Before we don't know about it actually, but we studied, we know more about it and how to regulate this problem. And Masdar is helping us to know this and go deep in it.
To reduce the pollution in our world, that is what I'm looking for, especially in this today we have a lot of pollution from there is people do not have rules how to use the water, how to use everything in the environment. So that's what I'm come for here, to look what is the idea of the Masdar. I think this is an important company and all over the world to give the student a chance to remove the pollution and to change some rule in our life.
According to them, at this stage it is essential to be armed with the right tools and knowledge. Last year, Masdar Institute received 1,900 applicants. Only 100 made the mark and were selected.
It has been a great experience. I'm in the first year. I'm running in the second semester right now. And till now I have found the environment, the educational environment, very impressive and very exciting. even the extracurricular activities, the student life it's truly an international environment.
These are the engineers of the future who hope to make a difference in the world and make it a better place. While the present environmental challenges across the globe may prove to be daunting, they say there is hope, beginning with them. Khadija Sali, 7 National News.
There has been a significant fall in the number of worker complaints in the last 3 months, according to the Ministry of Labour. Statistics show that complaints fell by 25% in the last 3 months compared to the same period last year, as well as a drop of 14% in worker migration. The authorities account the reduction in complaints to various initiatives adopted by the ministry, such as the wage protection system, which has solved workers' issues. The Minister of Labour says the non-participation of companies in the WPS will result in the non-renewance of labour cards or hiring of staff. The ministry is continuing to increase its development efficiency and productivity in the labour market. The UAE was the world's 13th largest exporter last year, ranking past major exporters such as India, Australia, Brazil and Malaysia. According to the figures released by the World Trade Organization, the country exported 2% of the world's total merchandise, totaling $235 billion. The UAE also ranked 18 as the largest importer in the world, importing $170 billion worth of goods, representing 1.4% of the world's total imports. Exports rose 27% last year and 13% higher for imports compared to the same period last year. In terms of non-oil trade, the UAE jumped 14% to $200 billion and accounted for $132 billion worth of imports, according to the Federal Customs Authority. The Department of Economic Development issued over 3,000 licences in the first quarter of 2011, recording a 6% rise from the same period last year. The licences were issued to different types of businesses, with the commercial sector dominating 7%, followed by the professional sector with 4%. General trade made the top 10 licensed activities, with 431 issued. In the industrial sector, blacksmithing and welding workshops led the top 10 licensed activities. The total number of transactions for Q1 of this year reached 14,500, a 33% rise compared to Q1 2010. The Intlaq scheme, an initiative by the DED to encourage Emirati business startups, recorded a 53% rise compared to the previous year. 42 parks will be developed across the Al Gharbia in the Western region, according to a statement released by the Western Region Municipality. The plan is a part of the municipality's 5-year strategic plan for 2011 to 15. 14 of the parks will be located in Madinat Zayed, 10 in Sila, and the rest in Gayathi, Liza, Marfa and Dalma Island. General Manager of the WRM, Manood Humaid Al-Mansouri, said that the parks were a part of the municipality's aim to enhance services for the area's residents. He added that they are looking to recruit more municipal workers as well as more Emiratis, women and people with special needs. Looking abroad now, India's Federal Environment Minister Jairam Ramesh on Friday launched an integrated coastal zone management project to map India's coastline to make the country prepared for sea-based hazards like tsunamis and cyclones. With the assistance of the World Bank, the Ministry of Environment and Forests would execute the project along with the Survey of India. The minister hoped the mapping would help identify vulnerable regions along the coasts. The 2 billion rupees project would identify and distinguish the hazard lines based on an aerial and ground survey techniques. Ramesh on Friday also launched a marine biodiversity project that would protect a wide range of marine species.
The Ministry of Environment and Forests has started a project to map the hazard line along 5,400 kilometers of the main coast, starting from West Bengal in the east and extending up to Gujarat in the west. This hazard line mapping exercise is going to take 2 years. It is being done with the Survey of India, and it's very, very important in view of tsunami and other type of coastal catastrophes.
The operator of Japan's crippled Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant today released video of the moment a tsunami wave hit the facility on March 11, following a massive earthquake that shocked the northeastern coast. A high wave is seen crashing into the plant. Japan's Nuclear and Industrial Safety Agency said it had revised some safety regulations for the nuclear power plants after the massive earthquake and tsunami last month, followed by an aftershock which cut power to other nuclear plants earlier in the week. A senior official said going forward, 2 diesel backup generators would be installed for each reactor, even those which are in cool shutdown. Work has been going on for a month to contain the world's most serious nuclear accident in 25 years, with little significant progress. Japan will pump radioactive water into the sea until Sunday, a day later than previously planned. Up next, we have the day's business news, so stay with us.